Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be creating a set using some neon pigments, and here are a few of the gel polishes I'll be also using to create today's set. So starting up, we've got a shade called Neon Orange from Semilac, and just like the name suggests, it's a neon orange. It's much more brighter in person actually than it's shown on camera. Next up, we've got a super neon pink from Makat. So as you can see, because the pigments I'm using today will be neon, I was kind of trying to pick colors that will match the neon pigments I'll be using essentially. So we'll be using some pink, orange and yellow neon pigments. So I decided to use a neon pink and orange and pass on the neon yellow. Even though I do have one, I just decided to pass on it. And then lastly, quickly, we are also going to use some white and some nude, and the nude is just running out big time. As you can see, it's just a struggle now. I have placed an order. It will probably come by the time this video is up because I've got a few videos pre-filmed, so by the time this one's up, hopefully I have my new gel polish in by then. But yeah, so going back to the video, we are now going to start off with the nail art design, and with my good old fashioned, we of course are going to sugar some nails. So we are actually going to go overboard today and sugar 2 nails in today's set. We are going to sugar this neon pink nail, and in a moment I'm also going to show you guys me sugaring a neon orange full nail. And then once those 2 nails are done, we will be cracking on with some neon pigments and playing about with those, and I'll show you guys how I play about with them essentially and how I achieved today's design. I'm also going to incorporate some gold flakes into the pigmented nails, and we've also got some neon crystals I chucked in there. So I essentially just started digging through my drawers, and anything that looked remotely neon was just dragged out onto my desk, and then I just had to pick out a few things that I felt like would work quite nicely together, and this is kind of how the set came about really. So now it's time for that neon orange, and especially now when applying it on the nail, I'm not sure, sometimes just with these cameras when they record, or sometimes the lighting, the colours don't always get picked up nicely, and this orange was definitely a much brighter neon orange. Like here it looks kind of like a dirty, I don't know, like a darker neon orange, if that even makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely much more lighter in case you guys are interested into a neon orange. I would for sure recommend this one. Semilac, for some reason, I often find that their gel polish bubbles, but some of them don't. So this one actually doesn't, in case that's also a worry of yours. If you watch me, you probably have heard me complain about that before. I mean, it's not much of an issue, you just need some extra strokes in there to get rid of the bubbles. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, this one does not bubble, in case you want to buy it. I do believe they do have a website. I think I get mine on the UK website, so it's quite easy to get your stuff from Semilac. So we've got our 2 beautiful sugar nails, my all-time favorite, and now it's time to apply our color for the remaining 3 nails. And for those nails, I decided to tackle them with that nude gel polish, and it was a struggle. It took a little while. Normally I like to use a bit more gel polish, but I had to work with what I had. And then I'm going to apply the first coat on camera, and then the rest of the coat I will do off camera, and then once they're out, we will then tackle the nail design. So I actually came across, I can't remember now when, it's been a while now, maybe Pinterest, maybe Instagram, where I've seen someone who actually, I'm not sure if they actually used pigments, but they did like brush strokes, and then they were neon like filled in. So that's kind of the idea behind one of the nails that we are going to do today, which I think came out so nice, and it was such an easy little process to do. You didn't even have to use a nail art brush in today's video. It was just literally the brush from the bottle, which is so nice. Sometimes I hate when a nail design has so much going on, even when it comes to filming. I like when there's a lot going on, but when it requires a lot of things like, I don't know, crystals, and then you need gems, and then you need stamping polishes, and then you need some normal gel polishes, and then some, I don't know, unbelievable gels and all sorts of things. So when I go ahead to film, my whole desk is filled with products just to create this one nail design, and sometimes it's quite a lot. So sometimes quite nice to be able to achieve a quite interesting nail art design without actually having to use like 50 products. But yeah, so the polishes are now, the nails are now cured. And as you saw, I used my nail art cleaner brush thing, and it's from Miley, and some lint-free wipe, and I just brushed off the tacky layer of that nail, because when using the pigments they stick to tacky layers, so I wanted to get rid of that tacky layer. And when applying that white, when it gets cured, that's going to have the tacky layer, and that's exactly where I wanted the pigment to go essentially. And the reason I also used white is because I feel like it would make the colours pop the most, of course. I've never actually tried playing about with pigments on like different colours, so I never tried to place a blue down and then pop some pink pigment on top of it. I can't imagine it looking the best. But yeah, so I've got a makeup brush, like a super old makeup brush I don't use no more, and I'm just tapping away onto a little fragment of those strokes onto my nail, and then I'm just going to follow the yellow, then I'm going to put some orange, and then lastly I'm going to put some pink. And it's so nice because they work so nicely, they blend so nicely. Once you scrape your brush off onto that little cloth I've got, just go over the little harsh line where the orange and the yellow meet, and you're basically golden. They blend so nicely together. They're so easy to work with. I've actually had these pigments for absolutely years, so I know that I definitely got mine from on AliExpress, but I don't know if I'll be able to link it because it's been so long, but I'm sure AliExpress has plenty of those. I know a lot of nail techs that have little companies. They also often sell pigments, which is great. So this is what this nail is looking like. I think it looks so cool, super cute. And so I decided to pop that one down and work on our next nail that we're also going to play about with the pigments. But for this one I decided to do it slightly different. So once again I'm wiping off that tacky layer because we don't want any of that pigment to transfer onto the nude, and then I'm going back in again with that white gel polish. And for this one, rather than doing nail art brush strokes, I'm kind of how would I explain it? I'm kind of picking an area where I want to fill it in fully white, and I'm just kind of like doing it in a slanted way, and then I'm doing the same thing at the bottom. And then that white area is where the pigments are going to go as well. And once again, we are also going to follow that yellow, orange, pink theme or order if you want. And I also want to say that I noticed that starting up with a lighter colour works better than starting up with darker and then trying to blend a lighter colour into the darker for some reason. When I was doing this off camera, this set initially, I found I probably went in with a pink first because I wasn't too sure how I wanted to do it. And yeah, I just found it really hard to blend the colours in. So that's why I'm starting off with a yellow, followed by an orange, and then followed by a pink. And that way it just worked the best for me, at least anyways. Of course, because my pigments are from AliExpress, there might be better ones out there, especially when I mean, nail techs, YouTubers and stuff sell on their shops. I'm sure they're selling really good quality products. They're not going to sell anything bad, even if they got it from AliExpress. If it's good enough, then that's fine. But yeah, I just want to say that sometimes there might be even better ones out there that blend even better. Maybe my blend here isn't the best. I'm also not the most skilled with these little pigments. I rarely use them. This is maybe my second or third time ever using them, and I've had these pigments for at least a year or two now. They've been just sitting in my nail collection forever, never used. I have a lot of colours. I've got purple, I've got blue, I think I've got green, so there's quite a lot that come in a set. But yeah, these colours kind of just fit the best for me, I reckon. So quickly going back, I did apply some transfer foil gel from Macart, and I decided to do that because I wanted to play about with these gold foils, and I felt like that would be the best choice just because it's, of course, it's very sticky. It's meant for foils to stick like onto the nail, so I thought that would be perfect to stick the gold foils. And when I was doing this set off camera, whenever I was playing about with this, I did use base coat because I thought base coat was quite sticky too, and it didn't work the best. It just kept moving about. It was just a massive struggle. Overall, I find foil quite a big of a struggle to play about with and get it right and get it exactly where you want it, and it's just a massive pain, to be honest. But transfer foil gel has worked the best for me anyways. In case you guys have any other ideas or any other methods you do the foils or the foils, essentially, let everyone know in the comments because it will just help everyone out, really. But yeah, so for that nail, I decided to just kind of follow the foil down where the nude and that ombre kind of thing is meeting, and then I had some residue left, so I thought, why not just sprinkle it around that pigmented area, the ombre area. I don't know if that was the move. I just find foils so difficult, so I was kind of hoping for the best. I feel like I completely ruined this nail. Here I'm trying to kind of scrape up and make little smaller chunks of the foil. I know some people use like little grinders, I think, to cut the foil, which I think is a great idea. I don't have one myself, so I couldn't do that, but I think I've seen someone once do that with the gold flakes and stuff. But yeah, with this one, it's kind of no real way of doing it. I was avoiding putting the foil on the actual strokes, the ombre areas, and I was trying to focus the foil around it on the nude areas. And yeah, there's just no way. I was just kind of pressing it down and hoping for the best. And then once I was happy, we'll be able to top coat those. And of course, because the transfer foil gel is so sticky, when you do go ahead and top coat the nail, it won't move, which is great, which is another thing I found quite hard when I was using the base coat. The base coat just made it kind of, it was sticky, but more like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like floating on the nail. Whenever I touched it again, it would just like slide around. It was like, I don't know, it was like gooey on the nail more than actually sticky. So I highly recommend a transfer foil gel, that's for sure. So this is what the nail's looking like. I don't know if I like it. Oh, I feel like I could have done so much better, but never mind. So this is what the set's looking like, and we'll be able to apply some top coat. I do believe I'm using my Macart glossy top coat for today's video. So at the moment, we're only going to top coat the 2 neon pigmented nails, and we've got one more nail left to work on, and that's going to be our middle nail. And as usual, I like to leave the crystal nails last, just because, I don't know, I just feel like it's almost like it's always the last step when people do nails anyways, I feel like. So yeah, so we're gonna leave it always to last, I guess. So for that one, I whipped out some of my neon crystals. Unfortunately, I didn't have any orange, but that was no problem because I had pink and yellow, so that's quite nice. And that way we were able to bring out a bit more yellow into the set since we used some neon pigments, so that's nice. And then here I'm going with my Macart rhinestone glue gel, and I'm just placing it right down the center of the nail, going from the top right to the bottom. And then I'm just gonna essentially pick up the biggest crystal I possibly have of those in the middle, and then basically the further away from the middle I go, the smaller crystals I'm using. And I'm gonna go pink yellow going down the nail. This is so funny, but this is actually one of the most hardest crystal placements for me anyways. I always find it so hard to basically get them straight in the line. I always struggle so much, and it's probably still not as straight as I would have liked it, and it's just such a pain. And it's so funny because it's such an easy placement, right? It's just a line, like it can't be that hard, but I always find it so hard. So apologies for it being slightly wonky. I don't think it's that crazy noticeable, luckily, but yeah, this could have been better, definitely. As you can see, the further I'm going, I'm using smaller and smaller crystals, and I'm mixing it about with the pink and the yellow. And yeah, we're just going to follow that. As usual, I do go off camera to straighten it up, or at least try and straighten it up as much as possible. And then I will come back into the frame once it's straightened and cured, and then we'll be able to go in with some top coat. Once again, I decided to use some glossy top coat for that one as well from Macart. And then that will essentially be the final set. This set kind of screams summer to me so much, just because of the colors, the neons. I'm actually a massive fan of pinks and neons. Like, you'll find me rocking neon gel polishes all year round. I'm not one of those that needs to have darker colors for seasons. I'm just whatever suits me, I will wear. If my favorite color is pink, I will rock neon pink all year round, and no one's gonna tell me otherwise. It's just what I want. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up, gonna straighten it off camera, and here it is, as straight as I possibly could have got it. I still feel, if you really focus on it, it just still feels like there's areas that's just not straight. So if you actually have any ideas on how to make it straight, I don't know if there's any tips or tricks out there, please let me know. I'm really gonna appreciate that. Because I think this is the second time, or maybe even the third time now, that I've tried to do this in a video, and it just never ends up being as straight as I possibly wanted it. Hence why I always do those swoosh effect nails rather than just like a straight up line going down a nail. But never mind, maybe eventually I'll get it super straight. That's the top coat, and here it is all done. So I hope you guys liked it. If you end up recreating, don't forget to tag me, and yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you all in my next video. Bye guys.